This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Now at 5, children killed by gunfire. 2 separate shootings leading to 3 child deaths along with the death of another person. Coming up, how you can help police solve those cases.
Leaving high school with a diploma and a degree. We'll show you a program that's helping young people jump into a good paying job more quickly.
He's a shot blocking machine for the Pacers, and now he's getting the chance to take a few more shots and hopefully help his country win the gold. Time right now, 5 o'clock here on our Monday. Thanks for waking up early with us here on RTV6. I'm Lauren Casey.
And I'm Meredith Barrick. You are going to want to grab that umbrella today because we are going to see rain on and off all day long, Todd.
You know, but I think everybody will take the trade-off, right? The rain on Monday for the nice weather that we had all weekend. It was spectacular out there. Hope you're able to get out there and enjoy. Yeah, have that umbrella handy or the rain gear handy throughout the day today, as we'll be dealing with showers and a few thunderstorms. Not expecting any severe weather, though. That is the good news. But here are some of these downpours from Bloomington to Ellettsville up into portions of the Martinsville area. The heaviest of the rain here right along State Road 67 there as you work your way from Spencer up towards the Martinsville area. Then some heavier rain now entering Mooresville. This is going to be sliding into the airport area pretty soon. Greenwood, you'll start to get into some rain. And then there's one downpour here just near North Salem up towards Advance. And that's just about it as far as the rain goes right now. But off to our west, there's plenty more rain that will be heading in our direction throughout the course of the day. And I think the rain probably peaks as we get into the middle half of the morning and then eventually into early afternoon. 60s and 70s right now. Temperatures don't do a whole lot throughout the day today. In fact, they hold very, very steady. But there are the showers and the storms that we deal with really off and on throughout the entire day. It's not raining at all times, obviously, throughout the day today. But basically, you can deal with a shower at any point, and that's why you need to have the umbrella handy. The time now is 5:01. Let's get a look at the roadways on this Monday morning.
All right, Todd, here's the good news. As you're heading out the door this morning, that southeast side closure of 465 is not closed any longer. It's back open. You can see the green there on our map. So you can travel eastbound, northbound on I-465 on the southeast side. Great news for drivers this morning. That reopened ahead of the 6 o'clock deadline that they had. They had pushed that back from Saturday to this morning, and they ended up opening it last night. So that is good news. We'll have more details on that coming up, but first let's take a look downtown at your drive. This is I-65 at Washington Street. Traffic through the downtown area is traveling up to speed both northbound and southbound. No issues here to slow you down.
This morning we continue to follow 2 tragic shootings happening over 2 days that left 4 people dead. 3 of them children. The 2 teens on the left killed inside their home on the east side. On the right, the woman now in custody for a second shooting that left a baby and his uncle dead.
First, the murders of a brother and sister, Nicholas and Ashlyn Nelson, that happened Friday morning near 42nd and Post Road. This morning, police are asking for your help finding the person of interest in this case. There are surveillance pictures released shortly after the shooting at the Postbrook Apartments. This person on your screen was seen running away from that apartment complex. If you think you recognize this person or if you have any other information, please contact Crime Stoppers. That number is 317-262-TIPS.
This morning, police have a person in custody in the other deadly shooting involving a child happening this weekend. Metro Police have arrested 36-year-old Ivory Smith. She's accused of shooting 3 people on Saturday at a home on North Guilford Avenue near 23rd and College. Smith's boyfriend and his 3-month-old nephew died in the shooting. The man's mother was wounded and remains in the hospital. Police have not yet said what led up to the gunfire.
Last night, a community came together to honor those whose murders have not been solved years after they happened. Balloons were released on the north side by a group we've featured here on RTV6 in the past. The group Stripped Free is a faith-based organization that helps women find a way out of working in the sex industry. They gathered to honor 2 such women, Larissa Sam and Angie Barlow. Larissa has been missing since 2015, while Angie was murdered 1 year later. That murder is still unsolved.
Even the police know who did it. They know everything. They know who did it, who, what, when, where, why, and how. And the bad thing is that there's just that one piece of evidence that's missing in order to make the arrest.
If you have any information on Angie Barlow or Larissa Sam, please contact police. Well, it's become an ever-present reality for Americans all across the country. Active shooter situations are happening, and the threat has remained constant in houses of worship.
Our Graham Hunter found out what faith leaders are learning from law enforcement about how to be prepared.
There's a conversation happening in faith communities around the country that deals less with faith.
Some of us have said, well, we're an easy target if somebody wanted to come in and make a statement.
And more on what to do in case.
What can we do to lessen the risk and protect ourselves and make our parishioners feel more secure?
That's what brought Marlis and Terry Badema of Bethany Evangelical Lutheran Church out to an event sponsored by the nonprofit One Cop, where the IMPD, the Marion County Sheriff's Office, and FBI took turns educating the faithful about how to stay safe at their place of worship.
We want to make sure that all our congregations are prepared and that they have the information necessary that hopefully they never use.
Presenters shared that just about 4% of all active shooter situations target houses of worship, a figure they say has held steady through the years.
It's sad to say that you'd have to get security for a place of worship or a school where children are, but that's where we are.
Bishop Charles Fennell is working to protect his congregants at Christ Temple Apostolic Church.
One of the main things they emphasized is preventive actions.
The presentation included characteristics to look for in potential attackers called pre-attack indicators, saying nearly all attackers engaged in prior threatening or concerning communications and exhibited behavior that caused concern in others.
With the education, we're going to take some steps to try to first prevent anything from happening so we won't be reacting after the fact. God forbid that any of us be in that situation.
And if that most awful of situations does occur, the educator said tonight, remember 3 words: avoid, deny, defend. Avoid the conflict if possible, deny entry to your location and look for another way out, and defend yourself if faced with an attacker.
We just need to pray for our nation and pray that we have no more incidents like this, and we won't have to have any more meetings like this.
Working for you from the North Side, Graham Hunter, RTV6.
Graham, thank you. Today in Hiring Hoosiers, we're showing you a program that gives students a head start on college before they even graduate high school.
Yeah, the opportunity is offered at Perry Meridian High School, and hundreds of students have already taken advantage. Our Alyssa Donovan is here this morning, and Alyssa, this is a cost-saving measure and a way to prepare students for the rigor of college during high school.
That's right. So it's kind of a double deal here, and there are 2 different programs students can take. One gives them some college credits, while another allows them to graduate from high school having earned an associate's degree. This means students who move on to get a bachelor's degree have all of their general education classes completed at a much more affordable price. Around 400 students are part of the early college programs right now at Perry Meridian High School, but the pathways offered are not easy. Those enrolled take 5 college courses their junior year that are writing and speaking intensive, adding a lot of stress on a high school student. But grads who have gone through the program, like Madison Seago, say it's well worth it.
I did save a lot of money on the way, so I can start my career earlier, I can buy a house earlier, and I can start my life earlier, basically, and not have a ton of debt on me.
Seago says each credit costs $25 through the program, as opposed to paying an additional 2 years at a 4-year college. And Seago started at IUPUI this fall, and at orientation, she says lots of students were talking about the stress of general education classes. She says she felt lucky she's able to jump right into classes just for her major. Along with the head start on her education, Seago believes the program has saved her and her parents about $20,000.
It is official. Miles Turner of the Pacers will try to help the USA win gold at basketball's World Cup. Turner was officially named the 12-man roster after Kyle Kuzma of the Lakers went down with an ankle injury, making him the last man off the team. Turner could end up being Team USA's starting center as well. He had 15 points and 14 rebounds in an exhibition win over Australia last week. The U.S. tips off World Cup play this Sunday against the Czech Republic.
Well, Miles Turner isn't the only Pacer in World Cup play. Domantas Sabonis has played for Lithuania's national team since 2015. While Lithuania is not a favorite to win the World Cup, they do have a shot at a medal. They are ranked 6th in the world going into next week's tournament. Here at 5:09, we want to check in with Todd Clausen. It's a Storm Team 6 alert day. Todd, what can we expect out there?
Yeah, showers and storms are in the forecast off and on throughout the entire day, and that's why we are in alert mode for you. So this morning, the rain kind of builds. Already some scattered showers out there, but they'll become more and more numerous as the morning goes on. And then through the middle half of the day, this is when we deal with the most widespread shower activity. Then we taper things off to just some spotty showers again later on this evening. So here's how it looks right now. Some rain getting ready to move into downtown Indianapolis. In fact, already raining in Speedway over towards the airport and then down into northern portions of Johnson County. Some pockets of good rainfall here in Martinsville as well as Ellettsville, and then up into portions of Hendricks County. So all this is streaming from the south to the north and then off to our west. We have 2 waves of rain that is making its way eastward. So we'll deal with just periods of rain off and on throughout the day today. I'll use TrueCast for you to time it out hour by hour coming up in just a few minutes.
Well, yeah, they eat a lot, but they can also help put food on the table. Just ahead in Hiring Hoosiers, how students learn firsthand how to run a goat farm.
This is where we were assembled. And then from here, we were sent out to the actual barbed wire concentration camps.
He says he loves his country even though it imprisoned him. Coming up, a Star Trek's legend's mission to keep America from forgetting a shameful legacy.
And here's a live look right now at your drive. This is on I-65 near 56th Street on the northwest side, where traffic is moving along smoothly, both northbound and southbound. No crashes or delays here to slow you down. We'll continue to keep a close eye out for any issues you may face as you head out the door this morning. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Weekdays at 9 on RTV6.
Well, your Monday morning commute should be a little bit brighter today. After being closed for more than 2 weeks, eastbound and northbound lanes of I-465, they're reopening here on the southeast side between I-65 and I-70. And this is a live look from our traffic camera in the area. It's open in both directions, as you can see. NDOT closed the lanes for maintenance, sign replacements, repairs, and cleaning. While crews have finished this round of construction work, I-465 southbound and westbound, the opposite direction, that's going to close in the same area on September 6th. That's next week, and it's going to reopen on September 21st.
In less than a week, the highly anticipated Indigo Red Line goes into full operation. Indigo has been conducting final practice runs along the entire 13-mile route. New road configurations and pavement markings have been in place since July 31st on College Avenue, Meridian Street, and Capitol Avenue. Indigo says that since the Red Line is a service that is brand new to riders and bus drivers, they do expect delays and occasional challenges for the first few weeks. They are asking everyone to be patient. Also, the entire month of September is free for all Red Line trips. Volunteers will also be at each station to help answer any questions you may have. Cows, pigs, chickens, what do they have to do with hiring Hoosiers? Well, those are all farm animals, and though the industry has its ups and downs, farming has been a rewarding career for many Hoosiers for decades and decades.
Yeah, and so students in Owen County are getting a real unique opportunity to run their own farm. And our Aaron Lish is joining us live this morning from Spencer, showing us how goats are helping those students get classroom to career ready. Aaron, what exactly are they doing out there?
Well, it's such a unique opportunity here. I can actually hear some of the goats. They are awake this morning, but the students here at Owen Valley, they come out here daily to take care of those boar goats. This started about 10 years ago, and they've done everything from buying the goats, buying the certain farm and the barns here, as well as all of the equipment to get this place going. So when we swung by here a couple weeks ago, they were actually trimming the hoofs of those goats and figuring out how to actually take care of them. And with that, they're learning responsibility for those goats. They have to come out here on weekends, holidays, and even on spring break and summer break. They're also in charge of breeding the goats and being there for the actual births. They will at one point take these goats to market, and instructors say this gives a combination of getting experience in agriculture, but as well as in business.
So besides production, they learn the economics of keeping animals. They learn how to feed and care for animals. And they're basically out here in total control of a farm operation.
So this really gives a chance for students to see if they'd want to be in agriculture industry, livestock, or even veterinary medicine. And there are actually quite a few students that have zero background in agriculture. So this is a pretty neat experience for them. We're actually hear from them in the next half hour. But for now, back to you in the studio.
Aaron, thank you. He's known mostly for his iconic role as Mr. Sulu on the classic TV series Star Trek. And while that show was filled with adventure, actor George Takei's personal life has seen plenty of drama. On Sunday, Takei visited the Children's Museum in Indianapolis to talk about his new graphic novel, They Called Us Enemy. It's his deeply personal and painful story of his family's time in an internment camp for Japanese Americans during World War II. Thousands of U.S. citizens were forced into the camps simply because the U.S. was at war against Japan. Takei says he wanted to write a graphic novel to help capture the attention of children who may have never heard of the camps.
So I thought that would be the way to reach young people today, because they're going to be the voters of tomorrow, the movers and shakers of tomorrow. They are going to be the Americans of tomorrow with a fuller knowledge of American history, including this dark chapter of our history.
During his visit, Takei also took a tour of the museum's new space object theater show called The Future Is Now, in which he did the voiceover narration. It is 5:18, and if you're stepping out the door soon, grab a rain jacket or umbrella, Todd.
Yeah, you definitely need it at some point here throughout the day today. There's a lot of dry hours mixed in here, but overall, it's going to turn into a pretty wet day for us, I think, across the area. And that's why it is a Storm Team 6 alert day, as several waves of rain will be making their way through at times. There could be a few thunderstorms mixed in, especially this afternoon, but we are not expecting any severe weather throughout the day today. And then a cold front will kind of push through late tonight and into tomorrow, and that's what's going to eventually start to clear out our rain chances. But here's what's happening right now, and you can see some heavier rain just south of Bloomington, and as we slide a little bit to the north, just north of Bloomington, into the Martinsville area, getting into some heavy rain right now with some downpours back towards Greencastle as well. Lighter rain in and around the metro area. I could hear the click of our rain gauge on the roof here of our TV6. So the rain is starting to fall in downtown, and it's going to overspread the entire 465 loop here shortly. And then to the north, there's some spotty showers here or there, but in northern locations, you have pretty dry weather for the next, I would say 30 minutes to an hour as the kids start to head off to school and you head off to work. But here's the big picture for you. And you notice this rain is moving from south to north, and this batch is kind of moving south to north with a little more of an easterly component as well. And then this batch of rain and cluster of storms is just moving due east. So it's going to be a pretty wet stretch of weather really from now until 24 to 36 hours from now, with the showers and storms moving through. The rain, I feel like, will kind of peak as we head into late morning, early afternoon. So this potentially will influence your lunch plans. If you're planning on heading out and about, you may want to have to reconsider, at least check the radar, and join us here for the noon show before you head out to see exactly where that rain is. And then as we go into the evening hours, we kind of taper things off to more just some spotty showers here and there across the area. So again, it's a pretty wet day for us as we work our way throughout the day. There's the wet pavement that you see in downtown right now as you look off towards the north. 68 degrees. Temperatures really don't do anything at all throughout the entire day today. So it's going to be pretty consistent temperature-wise as we only get into the low 70s here across the area with the showers and, again, the chance of a few thunderstorms. So that's how your whole day plans out from start to finish. It's what you see when you walk out the door is kind of what you get throughout the entire day. And then overnight tonight, we only go down a degree or two. Tomorrow, we start off with some rain. And for the morning commute, potentially we'll have some heavier downpours. But as the day goes on tomorrow, we start to get into the sunshine. Temperatures with the sunshine tomorrow a little bit warmer in the afternoon hours. And then as we get into Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, beautiful. Lows in the 50s, highs in the 70s. Very similar to what we just saw this weekend with plenty of sunshine. Lauren.
All right, Todd, thanks so much. Let's take a live look right now at traffic. This is from our NDOT traffic camera on the northeast side, I-465 and I-69. Traffic in this area looks to be moving along up to speed. Pretty quiet there this morning, so that is great news. Let's take a look, though, at our Traffic Now map. Some ramp work around the metro area you want to be aware of this morning. Take a look here on the north side. Until about 6 a.m., we have work going on the entrance ramp to eastbound I-465 from Michigan Road. Avoid that spot. spot. Over here to our northeast, southbound I-465 to Pendleton Pike, ramp work in that area, as well as on the south side of town, northbound I-65 to westbound I-465. Use caution as you travel through that area.
Lauren, thank you. The Indy 11 just can't lose at Lucas Oil Stadium. Watch this nice goal by Drew Connor, making his first ever start for the 11. Connor puts it in as the ball rebounds off the goalie there. That was the go-ahead goal, and the 11 beat the Charlotte Independence 3-1 on Sunday. The Indy 11 is now unbeaten in their last 20 games at Lucas Oil Stadium, going back to July of last year. Pretty awesome.
Well, you'll welcome this news if you've been a victim of a skimmer. Coming up at 5:30, how gas stations are changing how you pay at the pump to keep criminals from stealing your money.
The story spread quickly. Just what was actually inside those hamburgers? Next, a restaurant tries to stop rumors of some extra filler in their beef. We'll be right back.
Lowest tire prices, only at Best One of Indy.
Listen to me, Hatcher. You gotta tell them Silent Green is people!
That might have been the case in the movies, but a coroner confirms there were no people inside hamburgers at a fast food joint. Yeah, you heard that correctly. A Dairy Queen in Greenville, South Carolina was raided last week as federal agents busted what they say was an illegal money transfer business. But customers thought it was something else. Rumors started spreading on social media that the burgers at DQ might have contained meat from humans, not just cows. The coroner in Greenville finally put a statement out saying it wasn't true, and DQ's Twitter account also confirmed it. Their burgers are 100% beef, no additives or fillers.
Like the tweet. Hey, Matthew.
Hey, Matthew, yeah, nobody's grandmother is a part of our burgers or anything like that. Like, come on, people, really?
Probably a little next door drama if I had to guess.
Yeah. I don't wonder who the person was that decided to turn that rumor out. Yeah.
Silly. Absolutely silly. All right, outside right now we're dealing with some rain making its way into central Indiana. You see the showers and a few heavier downpours streaming from south to north. So northern locations, you're going to start to now get into the chance of some rain showers here throughout the morning hours. There's more rain off to our west, and this all kind of heads in our direction over the course of the day today. So it's not raining at all times, but have the shower or the umbrella handy for the showers and storms. More showers and storms tomorrow before a beautiful stretch of weather to round out the week. We'll talk more about this 7-day coming up when Good Morning Indiana continues.
In Paradise, ABC tonight and tomorrow. This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
At 5:30, it is a Storm Team 6 alert day. Good morning to you. I'm Lauren Casey.
And I'm Meredith Barrick. Thanks for starting your Monday with Good Morning Indiana. We want to get right on over to Todd Clausen. That is because we are going to see rain not only this morning, but throughout the entire day, Todd.
Yeah, it's with us from start to finish, really already raining in some locations this morning, and we'll continue to do so here really until tomorrow morning. So it's a good 24 hours of at least rain chances in your neighborhood. Here's the downpours that we have out there right now. Bedford down to Mitchell. Some rain starting to move in. Then as we slide to the north, Martinsville, and then back off towards the northwest. As you work your way into the North Salem area, in and around the metro area, some rain's coming down. In fact, some pretty good rain on the south side of town there from Decatur Township over towards Beach Road and the southern portion of 465. It's lighter rain showers as you work your way to the north, but this is all streaming from south to north. Initially, that's the direction that these showers are going, but once this cluster of storms off to our west starts to move in, that's heading in more of an easterly direction. So that's just going to throw additional moisture in our direction throughout the day today. So again, it's not a complete washout, but have the rain gear handy. Showers and storms off and on. I think they peak through the middle half of the day, then taper off to more scattered showers this evening, with temperatures holding pretty steady today in the low 70s.
All right, Todd, thank you so much. Let's take a live look at traffic right now. This is our INDOT traffic camera at I-465 and Arlington Avenue. The good news for drivers on the southeast side, both directions of I-465 are now open, so that's welcome news as we start our work week. Let's take a look at our traffic now map. Monitoring some ramp work this morning until about 6 a.m. Avoid the entrance ramp here from Michigan Road to eastbound I-465, as well as southbound I-465 at Pendleton Pike. And on the south side of town, a little bit of work scheduled on northbound I-65 to westbound I-465. We'll continue to keep you updated. No delays right now around the metro area, so that is great news. Let's take one more live live look outside right now. This is our INDOT traffic camera at I-465 and US 31 Meridian Street. Traffic in this area is moving along up to speed in all directions. No crashes or delays here to slow you down. Well, this morning, Colts fans are still coming to terms with their future without Andrew Luck.
Lots of fans are upset, but some say they respect Luck's decision. The news broke during Saturday's preseason game against the Bears. Luck says it all comes down to injuries causing him to no longer enjoy football like he once did. He says the decision is not an easy one. He loves his team and his teammates. Here's what fans we talked to had to say.
I want to walk away when you can at the top of the game, and after last year coming back and doing what he did after that shoulder surgery was pretty amazing, and it's I think the league's going to suffer from it.
It's disappointing, obviously. He needs to, I think, do what's best for him, for his family, but in my opinion, I think that had this decision been made a few weeks or even a couple months prior, I think it might have been more well received.
Luck said after his injury in 2016, he made a vow to himself to not play in pain. To see a complete timeline of the Colts' Andrew Luck era, look for this story on the RTV6 app.
Switching gears now, family, friends, and community members gathering at an emotional vigil at the Postbrook Apartments near 42nd and Post Road, and it was all to remember Ashlyn and Nicholas Nelson. This memorial created outside of the apartment building they called home, a place not easy for their mother to return to. Antonia Bailey wore a t-shirt with her children's photos on it and the date 8/23/2019. That's the date 15-year-old Ashlyn and 16-year-old Nicholas were taken from her. This morning, Bailey has a message for the person who's responsible for the pain she's feeling.
My children were stolen from me. They were stolen from the world, and they were amazing. I tried my hardest to protect them, but I couldn't. But they are amazing. And to the individual who did it, please turn yourself in. If anyone sees him, please do not harm him. Call the police. I don't want any more violence. We don't need any more bloodshed. And I'm mad as hell. I'm mad, but I forgive you. I do.
Family members say Ashlyn and Nicholas were good kids who focused on their schoolwork, had big dreams, and were always with caring adults. And at this hour, police do need your help to find the person of interest in this case. Police released these surveillance photos showing a person seen running away from that apartment complex. Come take a good look at your screen right now. If you know who this person is or where to find them, please call Crime Stoppers. This morning, the Ross Foundation says they'll match the Crime Stoppers reward, meaning if your anonymous tip leads to an arrest, it could net you $2,000.
This morning, students and staff at Eastern Green Elementary and Middle School will return to class. This after, you might remember, a hazmat situation on Thursday that sent several people to the hospital and shut down the facility. The school superintendent says a laminator in the middle school library may have caused the air quality issues. School officials say the laminator was in a room that wasn't properly ventilated, leading to the illnesses. State and local authorities tested the school and say any harmful substances are no longer being detected. Through RTV6's initiative, Hiring Hoosiers, we continue to show you all month long how students across central Indiana are getting classroom to career ready. And this morning, we're taking you to the farm.
Yeah, why not? Kids from Owen Valley High School are getting to take care of animals while learning about the agriculture industry and business. And our Aaron Lish is joining us live this morning from Spencer, Indiana. Aaron, you got to tell us a little bit more about this goat farm.
So this idea started 15 years ago, and today students are running this goat farm, getting firsthand experience before they even graduate.
Yeah, so once you start seeing that white, that's when you're good.
Students from Owen Valley High keep these goats healthy.
I think you can get your trimmers down there and just trim that off.
They come out here daily. Instructors say students raise the goats and take them to market.
So besides production, they learn the economics of keeping animals. They learn how to feed and care for animals. And they're basically out here in total control of a farm operation.
Providing a creative avenue to explore this industry.
Maybe I have an interest in the agriculture industry. Maybe I want to work with livestock. Maybe I have an interest in veterinary medicine. So there's such a wide variety of different things they can learn out here for different careers in their futures.
Some have never been around animals like this, which is allowing them to figure out if this is the field they want to work in.
I think that coming out and like learning how to handle the animals and learning how comfortable they are in this kind of setting and comfortable with you, it like really helps you know in the future about what you want to do.
And, you know, not only are they out here during the school week, but also they're out here on the weekends as well as holidays and on the summer breaks, spring breaks. So they are fully committed to keeping this goat farm running. We're going to have a little bit more in the next half hour. Back to you in the studio.
All right, Erin, thank you so much. Well, what if you could get a jump start on college while you're still in high school? Well, that opportunity is available right here in Central India on the south side at Perry Meridian High School.
Students can graduate with their high school diploma and an associate's degree at the same time. Our Alyssa Donovan is here this morning. Alyssa, this isn't an easy program, but there is a pretty big payoff.
That's right, Meredith, and that's what the students that have gone through this program say. The two programs that are offered give students the chance to gain some college credits or enough to get an associate's degree, but that does mean they are taking college courses while they are still in high school, which can be intense. Around 400 students are now taking advantage of the program, but it's not easy. Their junior year alone, those enrolled take 5 college courses that have a strong focus on writing essays. It can be stressful for the teens, but it also prepares them for what's to come if they intend to move on and receive a bachelor's degree. It also saves them a lot of money. Instead of spending 4 years paying for tuition, students head into college having already completed general education classes, cutting their time on campus and tuition costs in half. The program director says not all students see the benefit of the opportunity initially, but she often hears from them after they've gone on to college.
And they're pretty excited that they do not have, one, the financial burden of 2 extra years of college, but also that they just don't have to do some of those courses that free them up to get into their major content area courses, which is really what they want to do.
The program is a partnership with Vincennes University, but the college credits earned and the associate's degrees transfer to public institutions across the state of Indiana. Students who have successfully completed the program say it helps them prepare for college classes in their major. It also removed the stress of dealing with a larger amount of college debt.
Alyssa, thank you. Columbus is the latest city in the Hoosier State to ban vaping in most public places, but users will still be able to use their e-cigs freely for a little bit longer. Counselors are delaying the ban's start date until mid-October so they can add an exemption for vape shops. Business owners say they'd be forced to close up the shops if they were included in the ban. Carmel, South Bend, and Indianapolis already added e-cigarettes to their smoking restrictions.
Well, RTV6 is working for you and getting results. Drivers in Carmel reached out to RTV6 thanking us for bringing their concerns to the city about some visibility at some of their roundabouts. It's a story we first told you about last month. Drivers are worried about the tall grass and plants at the roundabout at Kinzer Avenue and East City Center Drive. After our story, street department crews went out to inspect the area, and now the plants have been cut much lower. A city spokesman says it will help with the sight line for drivers, especially when it comes to seeing pedestrians. Right here at 540, want to check in with Todd Clausen as the kids are heading out to the bus stop. Todd, they may need to grab the umbrella.
Yeah, it's one of those days you need to have the rain gear handy, and it is a Storm Team 6 alert day. Temperatures this morning right around 69 degrees, so that's not the issue. It's the rain that will be an issue here off and on throughout the day today, and as the kids come home, more of the same. In fact, the rain showers are probably a little more numerous as the kids come home from school compared to going off to school. So here's where we stand right now. We have just a couple pockets of what we'll call heavier rain right now making its way through parts of the area, and you can see it streaming from south to north. But northern locations, you're pretty dry still. Same in eastern locales, but then there's more rain off to our west. This is all going to start to work its way in our direction off and on throughout the day today. So that's why it's a Storm Team 6 alert day. The clouds and the showers keeping things a little on the cooler side today with high temperatures that'll only be in the 70s. While we deal with the rain today, we actually do have a pretty nice 7-day planning forecast for you. More on that coming up in just a few minutes.
Todd, thank you so much. An astronaut aboard the International Space Station facing charges here on Earth this morning, why authorities say the charges could be the first of their kind.
And is man's best friend providing more than emotional support? Straight ahead, we're breaking down the new study that says your dog could be helping your heart, too.
At 5:42, let's take a live look outside right now. This is our INDOT traffic camera down in Greenwood. Good morning to you. I-65 here near the Main Street exit. You can see traffic is picking up in both directions, northbound and southbound. No delays here to slow you down. Of course, we'll continue to keep a close eye on those roads and keep you updated. We'll be back on the other side of the break.
Save at Trilogy.com.
New overnight, everyone is safe following a plane crash in Santa Barbara County, California. Authorities say the plane crashed on the runway at about 10:30 last night. The impact of the crash caused a fire, which was later extinguished. There were 7 people on board the C-130 plane. Everyone escaped without injuries. The NTSB and FAA will look into what caused that plane to crash.
At 5:46, former Maricopa County, Arizona Sheriff Joe Arpaio says that he wants his job back. The announcement comes 2 years after President Trump pardoned him. Arpaio has been convicted on charges of criminal contempt for continuing to make immigration arrests after the court ordered him to stop. Arpaio was Maricopa County Sheriff for 24 years. The current sheriff, Paul Penzone, is expected to run for re-election. Arpaio ran for U.S. Senate, actually, to represent Arizona last year, but lost in the Republican primary.
An astronaut is accused of improperly accessing her wife's bank account in what could be the first allegation of a space crime. Astronaut Anne McClain admitted to NASA investigators she accessed an account belonging to Summer Warden while aboard the International Space Station. She says she was monitoring the account to ensure the well-being of her wife's son, who the couple had been raising together. McClain says she had Warden's permission and she used the same password to access the account as always. Warden claims, however, the astronaut committed identity theft, but admits she didn't see moved or spent funds.
At 5:47, new this morning, portions of Alabama are cleaning up after nearly 9 inches of rain fell in northwestern parts of the state in only about 4 hours. Authorities say 2 people had to be rescued in Muscle Shoals after they tried to drive through the flooded roads. Thankfully, no injuries there were reported, and meteorologists say that the area was close to breaking the record for the amount of rain received in just a 24-hour period. A flash flood emergency was issued for much of the area, but it has since been allowed to expire. Back here at home, Todd, not that much rain, but we are getting quite a bit of rain today.
Yeah, you know, potentially maybe up to an inch of rain in spots here across the area. That's probably more of the exception than the rule, as a lot of you probably won't get to that inch threshold. But it's just going to come at us in waves throughout the day today. And so we'll put the impact scale on a medium level because it's definitely going to alter your day a little bit here if you're going to be out and about. But we're not expecting any severe weather, so that's the good news. There could be a few rumbles of thunder, a little bit of lightning, but severe weather is not expected. And then as we get into the middle half of the day, that's when those rain chances really, I think, start to peak. But some of you dealing with rain this morning in and around the metro area, light rain continues to fall. Speedway to Indianapolis, over towards Cumberland, to the north now, and to Carmel, as well as Fishers and Noblesville. There's a heavier downpour here right along I-65 as you work your way just north of Thorntown. And then as we slide further down to the south, Danville over towards the Bainbridge area, North Salem, some good rain, Mooresville as well. And as we slide down to the south here, over towards Bedford and Bloomington, we're dealing with some pockets of rainfall. No lightning, though, this morning. That is the good news. Seymour, you're getting into some rain now as well. So the showers we're currently dealing with have moved in from the south. So they're moving from a south to north direction. But as we expand out, there's this batch of heavier rainfall that is going to start to make its way northeast. And this is what has the front with it. And the fact that this will start to come through during the middle half of the day, that is why the rain chances will go up for us as the day goes on. And there also could probably be some flight delays in and around the Chicago area if we are connecting there or just traveling there throughout the day. So make sure you check with your airline. So here's how TrueCast plays out hour by hour. You notice the coverage of the rain increases here through the middle half of the day. Your lunch hour will be dealing with numerous showers around, maybe a rumble of thunder. And then as we work our way into the evening commute, at this point, most of the heaviest of the rain should be through, but still some scattered showers are going to linger. If you have a tea time, a ball game, or the kids have a ball game later on this evening, the fields are probably definitely going to be wet, but there's a chance that they could get them in playing throughout the evening hours with just a few spotty showers here or there. You can see the glisten there, the lights. You can actually see some of the raindrops coming across as well there with the light. 68, that's the current temperature in the city, 69 in Lafayette. So across the area, temperatures today really won't do much much throughout the day. And going forward in this forecast, the rain chance is about 100% today. Tomorrow, 60% mainly in the morning. And then by the time we get to Wednesday, no rain chances. In fact, Wednesday starts a great stretch of weather that takes us all the way through Friday with lower humidity, lots of sunshine, temperatures in the 70s and 80s. Some spotty showers possible on Saturday, but Labor Day weekend as a whole at this point is looking pretty nice.
All right, Todd, thank you so much. Let's take a live look right now. Your drive up here on our Traffic Now map. We do have a few issues we want to point out to you. This is the ramp work that we are monitoring at Michigan Road and eastbound I-465. Over here to the northeast side of town, we have some ramp work scheduled on southbound I-465 and Pendleton Pike. South side of town, just be aware of crews working near northbound I-65 to westbound I-465. One area you shouldn't run into too many issues is up here in Fishers, I-69 and State Road 37. You can see traffic in this area is moving along up to speed, both northbound and southbound on the interstate. We'll continue to keep a close eye out for any issues as the rain moves across our area and keep you updated.
All right, Lauren, I think we will both agree with this story. The unconditional love of man's best friend might make our hearts happy, but there was another reason dogs are true lifesavers. A new study says owning a pet, especially a dog, helps keep hearts healthy. That's because dog owners get a lot of exercise. Pets also can reduce stress and increase socialization. Researchers looked at several lifestyle factors and found dogs benefited patients' hearts more than anything else. So the next time you and your four-legged bestie is begging for a WALK, don't delay.
I can agree with that. All right, well, what do you consider the songs of your summer? After the break, we'll take a look at what former President Obama says that he listened to.
And we all know flight delays can be pretty annoying. Download the RTV6 app right now to read how one gate agent helped irritated passengers pass the time.
Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Former President Barack Obama is sharing the songs he and former First Lady Michelle Obama have been bopping to all summer long. Obama posted the list of 44 songs on social media. The list features a mix of genres, both old and new tunes. Among the artists who made the list, Drake, Rihanna, Lizzo, Stevie Wonder, Frank Sinatra, the Rolling Stones, and the Black Keys. And yes, the hit song of the summer made the cut, Lil Nas X's Old Town Road, featuring Billy Ray Cyrus.
Quite the list there. All right, soccer fields and deer definitely do not mix. And luckily, this one got a little bit of help from a New York truck driver who was on his way to a job. Todd Brush says that he found the animal tangled in a soccer net. Oh, there he is. Well, he used the utility knife from his truck to cut the net around the antlers. It took him 12 minutes to free the distraught deer. Rush said that he felt bad about leaving the hole in the soccer net, so he wrote a letter to the school explaining what happened and offered to pay for a new one, but the school declined his offer. Glad he was in the right place at the right time.
That
poor little guy.
Sweet animal, so scared.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yes, what a good Samaritan.
Yes.
All right. If you're headed out for a soccer game today, not going to be ideal weather, Todd.
Yeah, you know, the fields might get a little wet here throughout the day today. So this evening, there'll probably be some showers around. It's more of a wet issue on the field, I think, than anything later on today for those soccer matches or anything else. Here's the rain streaming through central Indiana right now. And this is just the start of it. The showers will continue to increase in coverage here throughout the day today. Temperatures are in the 60s and 70s right now. And temperatures really don't do much at all throughout the day today. We only get up to right around 73 degrees. Have the umbrella handy. You won't need it at all times, but it's a fairly wet day, especially the middle half of the day, say mid-morning into the early afternoon. That's probably when we have the best coverage of rain showers. And then again, they taper off to more in the way of scattered showers as we head into the evening hours.
Todd, thank you. Churches should be safe havens from violence, but we know that is not always the case. At 6, how religious leaders are keeping faith by being prepared.
And looking to shake up your morning commute, how about this for inspiration? Just ahead on Good Morning America, meet a man who says jet skiing is the quickest way for him to get to work. Time right now is 5:57. Stay with us. We'll be right back.